And we are live. Hangouts is live and on the air. Hangouts is going away August the 1st. Ooh, they put a date on it. Holy smokes. So we have like one more month of Hangouts. According to Google, according to YouTube and Google, we have one more month of Hangouts. Try using youtube.com/webcam. I'll try that. Or OBS. And since I've already set up on OBS, I'll probably try that. I almost guarantee I'll. Wow, I've never seen that. That's a new one. They've added a date to it. August the 1st. Didn't think that. Good morning, Ron. How goes it? Good to see you this morning. I need to clean my crap. Can't see nothing. Oh no, I forgot about something. This is a touch screen. Totally screwed the pooch right there. I did that. I can close that. Have you seen that, Ron? The new thing says, gives you a date now that Hangouts is going August the 1st. It's a goner. What it says up in the corner of mine. Can you see me now? I forgot this is a touch screen. I'm so used to going to the other computer and wiping it. It moved everything on the screen around. That didn't work exactly like I wanted to. Oh no, we really see you now. You shouldn't have done that cleaning. That's a matter of opinion, Ron, but I appreciate yours. Good morning, Teresa. You just sprayed me in the eye. I am so sorry. You should have had on sunglasses. Baby, found a way back to the door. With it, Hangouts. Good morning, JC. Oh, good morning. Baby found a way back door with Hangout. Bobby found a way back door with Hangout. I've been using it in conjunction. If he can do it a second time, I don't know. I've been using Hangouts in OBS too. I've just been sharing it into OBS and using it. So works pretty good like that. That way you can have people on panel. I seen what he was doing the other day, yesterday. Sure did. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I know. I think I do anyway. I think Bobby OD'd on a tubing yesterday. Yeah, I think so. You know, me and Bobby did one like a year ago. We were going to do a 24-hour stream, and we made it 21 hours. Sitting there nonstop till you're just about to drop in the middle of the floor. I mean, I heard him this morning say, I got sick and all that. Yeah, he got sick of sitting there. It's draining on you, man. It'll wear you out. A 2-hour stream, I'm exhausted. Don't fear the creeper. In the wind of the summer of the rain, Skeeter. Don't fear the creeper. That's right. Come on, baby. Oh. I've heard that song before. Morning, Timmy. Tim. Whoa, that scratched my head on that one for a second. You got an S on the back of that. I got a friend, Timmy S. You threw me off right there, Tim. Yes, you did. I got to go look at that channel and make sure it's got Amish stuff on it. Amish outhouse. Yep. That's the one I know. Good morning, Will. How goes it? Christy. Good morning. I'm looking for a little bitty guy. Little bitty teeny guy about this big. About that tall. About that big around. Good morning, Sherry. I texted him, but I ain't got his text back yet. It's like he vanished. Like he went and ate a bunch of potatoes this morning. Good morning, Marie. How are you? Good to see you. I'm going to take a chance and send a big old fuzzy-haired guy a link. Y'all might know him. I bet you do. He may be tubed out too from yesterday. Red power tractor show in PA today. I'm not going. I wouldn't be surprised, Jeff, if it wouldn't be about 100 degrees out there in the middle of that field. Even if it's under sheds, it'd still be so hot you can't handle it. Guarantee it. Is it supposed to be like, let me see what the temperature is today here. Google, where art thou, almighty Google? 93 here today, Jeff. 93, just saying. I got a groundhog eating anything in the garden, poking through the fence. They won't stop either. And they're the hardest things to live trap I've ever seen. They'll go in their hole, but not that one in this thing. They don't like it. Smart bugger. Won't show his face long enough to get a bead on him. You got to catch him sitting up at the hole looking around. He knows you're there. He could smell the gunpowder, Will. I swear they can. They could smell the gunpowder inside an encased shell from 200 yards away. I ain't joking. Groundhogs are tasty, just saying. Ugh. They're tasty, but they're too greasy. 90s out there. It's too hot. Too hot to go. I knew that had to be your reason. I knew it had to be. Cat urine. If that's one of your natural ways, Ron, I'm going to bypass that one. I'll try all the other ones, though, just not the cat urine. Can't stand that smell. Try to eco trap over the hole. Never use that hole again. That's better than a friend of mine putting dynamite in a hole. There wasn't nothing but a crater there when he got through. I felt so bad for the groundhog. I was like, oh no, come on. Samson here. Did I miss that? Samson Farms, good morning. Sure did. All right, Sleestack, where are you? Are you out there? Calling Sleestack. Calling Sleestack. He lives under my shed, so I can't pour gas down the hall. I have one, Samson, one tomato that I might be able to pick it today. I need to go check it before something else helps me with it. Something else will come by and take my mater and make me mad. I got one, I guess it's German Johnson. It might be the black ones. Can't remember which one that is. It's out there on the side of the house. The ones in the garden's like that big. I looked at them yesterday. I need rain or I got to throw water on them today. They can't handle this 90-degree stuff. No water. They got to have the water. Mine have finally started ripening. 5 Roma ripened, but they sold quick. I bet. Lots of strawberries. Good thing my garden is fenced in. Would you believe rabbits is coming eating the wild strawberries here? Those things are so sour. I caught them red as I could do and tried to eat one. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Until the groundhog burrows up in my garden and eats everything. They will wipe it out. I've seen it before. My grandpa and grandma used to get me to sit there and whack them off. Groundhog. They were everywhere in Virginia. Not so bad here in North Carolina. They're here, but not here on my farm. No. Rick, is that a bat house? It could be. I haven't been out there at night. In fact, I hadn't been in there in a few years, Skeeter. I don't know what lives in there. It used to be squirrels. Speaking of squirrels, I got a squirrel dog laying out there in the yard right now. That's all he does is chase squirrels all day. That's all Elvis does, chase squirrels. Oh, Lord. One mistake and my 17 HMR will go. That ought to do it. Good morning, Aaron. I'm eating a toasted bagel and cream cheese. That sounds way better than them tangerines, Marie. Way better. You know, 17 HMR ought to do it. That's a varmint gun, though, right? Pretty sure that's a varmint gun. I think. Almost 90% sure. Does Elvis even know what he's going to do with a squirrel when he catches it? Let me tell you a story. The other day, this critter right there goes running down to a tree down there. He saw a squirrel just like he normally does. I have a large black bear eating out of the compost hole I dug near the road. Oh my God, tangerines are really good. I know they are, Sherry, but she was living off of them. Almost. He goes running down there to this hole in the side of a white oak, runs that squirrel up in there, and he stays in there and digs the hole out until he's got one arm stuffed all the way up in the hole where the squirrel's at. And I'm like, oh my God, maybe I should go get the camera. But I didn't do it. I didn't go get the camera. The next thing you know, the squirrel runs out and starts across the yard. He's right behind it, about 3 foot behind it. But you know how squirrels will jump back and forth and turn around and go back in the other direction sometimes? This one turned around and ran right in his mouth. And he had the squirrel, and you ought to heard it. The squirrel was carrying on. They was going round and round. Then the squirrel gets loose, runs off up in a bush, and the squirrel lived happily ever after. I saw it with my own eyes. It makes me sick that I did not get this on video. He could go down in them. He's got another hole here in a wood pile. He's been watching that hole for 3 weeks now. I ain't kidding. Look at this hole. I want you to see this hole. See that wood pile? See the way that one is laid across the top? Right in the top is a hole going down there. Now that wood was all stacked up nice and neat. He has kind of spread it out, made him a little area there beside the tree where the dirt was cleared off, lays down and watches that hole sometimes for hours. Sometimes for hours. Hey, I'm talking about you. Hey, yeah, you. I'm talking about you. In fact, from now on, I will point out every time that we're here, I looked at them. I can't decide which one to buy, Christy. I should have been a woman. I'm going to buy one. Oh, I'm absolutely going to buy one. fact, I get off of here, I need to go sit down and do it. I start my day after these things and I forget. Every time he takes off after a squirrel, I'll show you. Got squirrel on the brain. I'm serious. Squirrel on the brain. We'll figure it out. I cannot believe that dog. My dog is 3 pounds. Holy cow, JC. He's like 53. I thought he was a little dog. Charcoal barbecue are the best prime rib steaks. No doubt about it in my mind, Will. You cannot get a taste like that. That charcoal taste, oh my God, is it good. That's why I cook out here on the grill. And then this is a covered porch, so the smell goes in the house. I get to smell it all night long. Bosco used to chase them squirrels, but he would always let them get away. He chases hundreds of them, and since he's been here, they all got away. But that one, he wouldn't have got that one if it hadn't turned around and come back at him. He's fast though, but he ain't that fast. I had a tiny burrow on my wall the other day. I was watching the cat come running 100 meters an hour and jumps and grabs and does a flip. And I thought it was a TV show. Poor bunny. Oh no, Sherry. Poor bunny. She's 3 years old. 3 pounds and 3 years old. And I see a 3 somewhere in your future, JC. There's 3s in there. Numerology. Mine is 82 pounds. What kind of dog is it? I remember your dog's name. What was your dog's name? Bosco? Let's see. He said it last night, but I can't pull it up, Marie. I have a dog that caught a squirrel when it backed open in their field. Happy dog. Yeah. Watch how many times he runs off a porch. Of course, with me talking, there won't be as many squirrels, but because I'm loud. Grizz just put out a new video, pizza on a fishing bucket. I saw them cooking that last night. That means he went back in that stream and cut that out and making that pizza bucket. I have a gas grill and an Acorn Commando smoker grill that uses charcoal. Bear. I knew it started with a B. He's a German Shepherd. Oh God, I love German Shepherds. They really protect your place. They're really good. He does. He might not be even 50 pounds, but I wouldn't want to take him on when he's pissed. Oh. You see, that pit bull comes out when something comes up a driveway. And the husky kicks in when he's here running around the yard. He's got like 2 split personalities, pit bull and husky. He'll come up with you with them blue eyes, batting them at you like, hey, how are you? And then chew your leg off. I'm like, holy crap. It's really misleading, Elvis. I just wanted you to know that. That's extremely misleading. Hey, flashing baby blues and then chew the leg off. Elvis, he's my big baby, but he doesn't like anyone. Yeah, I know. I had 2 German Shepherds. I love them. They're the playfulest thing with the people, but they are really protective. Speaking of pizza, I stuffed a zucchini with pizza. Wow, that don't sound bad. How did you do that? Because my thought would have been I took zucchini and put it on the pizza. But you're saying you stuffed the zucchini with a pizza? Holy smokes. I can dig that, I think. I think I could dig that. Sammy only weighs 26 pounds. but she tries to be a big guard dog. Just like that, yeah. Just like that. He's laying there all nice and calm and cool. We let the AT&T man come up here. Something about uniforms, too. Oh, my God, they hate uniforms. I feel sorry for him. Like, lose his mind. Or somebody he don't know. My kids came the other day, it was Father's Day. She had to call me from inside the house. Said, Dad, come let me out of the car. Morning, Rick. Nope, that pizza video I released, I made a few days ago. Oh. If you ain't doing anything, there's a link in your email. Good morning, Grizz. Yeah, good morning, Grizz. Oh. My poor bear has diabetes now and he's losing his sight. Oh no, Marie. I hate that. I took zucchini, sliced it in half, spooned out the seeds, put sauce in a hollow, some cheese, pepperoni, onions, cheese. It was so good. I have a video on my channel. I'm going to click on that, open it up since. Because my neighbor's got zucchini everywhere. I told me not to grow none. Didn't know what he's going to do with all of it. So I'm going to watch your video. Uniforms are like a big clown suit. Must be. Dog loses his mind. I mean, he's pretty protective anyway, but really goes into gear when he sees a uniform. Totally different. Ooh, I see that 2 days ago. If you haven't watched Samson's video, please do. Cooking with Nate, pizza, stuffed zucchini. Oh my God, that looks good. Oh, your daughter's in it too.
Rick.
Howdy.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
It is.
Now that video that I released, that was a couple of days ago when it was raining. I was bored and wanted something to do.
I wondered. Go ahead.
It was raining off and on that day, so I never cooked a pizza on my bucket before. So that was the first time I had done it, and it actually worked out really good. I mean, the heat is a lot lower in the bucket than what you do on a regular open fire.
I wondered because we were talking about splitting them live streams up, making videos out of them.
Yeah. No, Bobby's live stream. Were you there when he had all the trolls that came on in there?
I watched it during that time. I sure did.
Did you see my song that I sang to Wild Bill?
Yeah.
Or no, Buffalo Bill.
Yeah,
he needs to part on that and release that on its own on his channel.
Those trolls kept him busy for an hour.
Oh yeah, they were busy. They were at it for quite a while.
I bet it was 100 of them.
Oh wow. Well, they were giving him view time.
Right. But they just interrupt the flow of things. He's trying to talk. It's just aggravating, you know.
Yeah.
Y'all turned it into a kind of like a comedy thing, which makes it fun when you do that.
Well, if you do that, you're letting them know that you're not letting them get in your head. Then they get bored with you after a while, you know. But it's when they think that they're getting in your head that they'll come back and taunt you and torment you all they can. You can't let them know that they're getting in your head.
Right. Those ran out of accounts yesterday. You see them dwindling down to just one or two once in a while. Those run out of accounts to get blocked. That's what happened.
Yeah.
They didn't let up. They came out of the woodwork there yesterday for an hour straight. I think all the trolls come from one person. It's Carlos's group. No,
it might have all been one person. I think there was 2 or 3 people.
Oh, it was way more than that. It was like The reason I know that was because his numbers was like 8 or 9 people there continually the whole day long. It would bounce between 11 and 9. And when the trolls came in, it went to 26. So it was like,
Oh, okay. So, yeah, well,
it's about 15 people with a bunch of different accounts is what it was.
yeah, that could be. It's, either way, they had a pretty good run at it there.
For about an hour straight.
Mm-hmm. I did enjoy singing that. I did enjoy singing that song to Wild Bill.
Jeff said you got a cup of shut up and listen.
That's right. I got my cut up and shut up. I better shut up and listen.
He really likes that thumbnail of a video of you holding a kitten in front of the grill.
That's what I need to do is make a video like a thumbnail like that. I got enough people already that hate me enough on my humor on that. I don't know if I should make it any worse than it is.
Yeah. I don't know. People don't get it that you love cats. I saw your video back there, way back there. You had that cat in the garage where you're rubbing it, loving on that cat.
Yeah, that was roadkill.
They don't,
and he's still around. He's still around. He don't come over this side of the. Hey, when I go over that side of the yard, on the other side of my garden, up towards the water, he comes up and he just cuddles up and he's friendly stuff. But he never comes over this way anymore.
Whack-a-mole, whack-a-troll. I hear you, Jeff. I'm like Grizz, though. It'd be fun to just let them have their way for a little while just to see what they come up with next. You know?
Yeah.
If we were overloaded with them today, I ain't sure. I wouldn't tell everybody just leave them alone. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, just remove the foul comments that might get you demonetized and stuff, you know. But
right,
you know, or the real crude type of stuff. But
see, I know most of them well.
Well, we had another skunk in the chicken coop last night.
Oh no, they will hurt you.
You know, the skunks here, the skunks must be different in different parts of the country. That skunk had no interest in the chickens, and none of the skunks that I've ever had here ever showed any interest in the chickens, only the eggs. And that one there last night, it was just bound and determined it wasn't going to leave. And I'm not going to try to make it leave. I mean, I ain't stupid, but I mean, it was ignoring the chickens. It was just curled up on one of the nesting beds, you know, and like it wanted to sleep there last night. So finally, after about 2 hours of me going out every 20 minutes and checking, after finally 2 hours, I said, you know what? I ain't got a better watchdog for these chickens than a skunk in here. There ain't nothing going to come on in that chicken coop. The fox ain't going to bother them, so I left the chicken coop open all night. Let the skunk guard it.
Welcome back, JC. I don't know if he's having a hard time keeping up or not, but if some woman came in there named Wanda, I'm pretty sure all she said was, hello, everybody, and they whacked her.
Oops.
Never did.
I did that. Was that the person I whacked?
No, it was somebody way after you had already said, okay, I'm just hiding them. You take it, Bobby. You know, it was way after that. It was when Sandra came in there. It was about the time Sandra came in.
Okay, yeah, because there's one person, there was a couple of times with Junkyard was pretty quick with the trigger there, man. I mean, I went to, go hide a user. I'd go click hide user, and then it'd show up my end. I unhid the user, and I was clicking, I clicked hide user, but
I still wonder what Wanda thought, though. Wanda come in, oh, look, hey, hello, everybody, and wham. No clue what was happening. Poor Wanda. Got caught in the crossfire. So it's what time there? 10, 9, 8, 7 a.m. A little bit before 7.
Yep.
I can see you now pretty good, but I can tell it's not like bright sunny.
It's that, here, I'll show you the view the other way. You'll see, it's just the way the light's going.
Oh, yeah, it's daylight.
yeah, it's plenty daylight. You know, there's the view that I'm looking out at. So it's just when it's sitting this motion here, the lighting is, it's a little darker. See, I'm down in the shadows of it down here. But if I get up higher, a little more light.
Caroline has got thunder showers
Oh boy.
and a carrot and maybe a cup of coffee. Good morning, Caroline.
Yeah, we had a couple of days of thunder showers here. The first day was supposed to be horrible bad. That was when I canceled the live stream with Ron. We were supposed to have horrible. That was the thunder that we had was 16 miles away. The lightning was at least. And,
Ron was here earlier. When I first fired it up, Ron was here. I was interested. I enjoyed that stream. I really did. It had a meaning behind it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to do a few more along the way.
I have a friend outside the bend. Uh-oh. Jeff said he just saw Bigfoot.
Huh?
Jeff said he just saw Bigfoot.
That ain't me. I shoot back.
Thank you, JC. Uh-oh. JC says Bigfoot is her cousin.
I can't believe that the state of Oregon is now, well, they're making Smokey the Bear share equal time with Bigfoot. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. They've gone to that. I mean, I know there's a lot of city folk that believe in Bigfoot, and I also know that there's some country folk, but most of the country folk that claim to believe in Bigfoot are just pulling the city folks' legs.
Yeah,
You know?
I say it all the time, but I don't really believe in Bigfoot. I believe we have so much technology and stuff, we would have found something like that. There'd be evidence of it somewhere. It have to be, you know.
I mean, it shows you where our politicians are. When we're laying claim that there is a Bigfoot, our politicians are so deceived.
I will admit, it's kind of strange that the part of it is the Yetis. People have seen the Yetis and claim to for years. And I will admit, there's some really good evidence out there that's been out all throughout history of different stuff that people have seen. But that you would think there would be some kind of scat or bone or something besides some teepees out in the woods. Native American.
Well, every piece of evidence that at least that I've ever seen that came on out, a lot of times it's classified, the people accept it as real evidence, only to find out 5 and 10 years later that it was a hoax.
Like
I mean,
video.
Everything just keeps on coming on out. I mean, stuff that we said, this is the reason why Bigfoot exists. We know that. We have pictures. Look at this. We have hair. We have all this stuff. And then 10 years later, it comes on out. It was a hoax. And the stuff that might be coming out today, 10 years from now, they're going to say, oh, no, that was a hoax. I mean, it's. But people will believe in what they want to believe in. It doesn't matter if it's factual or not. People are going to believe what they want to believe.
I just need more evidence is all I need. I need more
evidence. The part that I find humorous about it, though, is I have some atheist friends. And if a person wants to be atheist, I don't want to be, laugh at them for that purpose. But I have atheist friends that don't believe in God, but they believe in Bigfoot. Well, we haven't seen God, therefore God doesn't exist. Well, have you seen Bigfoot? No. But you can believe in Bigfoot, but you can't believe in God. I mean, it don't compute with me.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I just need some more evidence. I'm not going to go as far as to say it don't exist, but I ain't going to go as far as to say it does exist either. But
well, I will go as far as to say there's a possibility that something out there does exist. But I really don't think it's Bigfoot.
Yeah, it's got to be something people keep seeing. Maybe a gorilla, you know, or
Well,
an area that we haven't saw before, or a different type or something, you know.
there is documents of, like down in California, there is documents of giants that live down there. Were they classified? Were they the Bigfoot? Because I mean, there were some of the giants that lived down there that were very shy to humans. They were humans, but they were very shy because they were, you know, they were pretty much picked on or whatever because they were so huge that, you know, they weren't accepted. And there's been some of this back in the East too, where giants have been discovered to where being hermits, living off of their own. That's where I think some of the history comes from the Bigfoot is from these giants that have existed as hermits, you know, and
Right.
I think that's origination in the white folks story of
Yeah,
Bigfoot.
they make them out to be super duper smart, and maybe they are. I saw a ghost when the light was in the kitchen. I didn't believe it then. Sherry says anything is possible.
All I know is I would have seen Bigfoot or had a picture of Bigfoot or had him in my scope at one time or another out in the woods as much time as I spent out there.
JC
But
explained.
I have never seen anything on out there that would lead me to believe that there is a Bigfoot.
Me either, and I've hunted a lot here in North Carolina, and this is one of the places they say they've seen them. I've been all out in the Cherokee National Forest. I've been everywhere all over it, and I've seen a lot of critters that scared the crap out of me. Bigfoot was not one of them. Oh.
Yeah.
Rick, I got things to do before it gets hot. Okay, Marie, have a good day. Howie's in the house. Giant mound builders of America. I believe that. The Bible talks about giants. They dig up several native skeletons over 7 feet tall in the East U.S., and the information's been suppressed about that since. I've seen that about that. I got a friend, Will, that lives down the road down here. It's got a size 24. Really, I have to order the shoes from somewhere. A size 24, his foot is this long. He is literally Bigfoot. No joke.
Man, I got to grab another cup.
All right. I know, Sherry. That's the part that blows your mind. Why is every single picture so blurry? I don't know. Welcome, Howie. I've been digging your food forest videos. Holy crap, is that a lot of food? You know what they say about big feet. I know, Will. I know, Will. Dave, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know. I ain't sure what happened. I don't even know at all. I'm still struggling to figure out what's going on, much less what happened. I don't even know what's going on. How am I going to know what happened? I have to go backwards to do that. Oh my God, size 24. Can you imagine 14 more videos coming out? Yeah. That's suicide. Well, we changed the subject now from 24-inch feet.
We changed it to what now?
We was talking about Bigfoot, and I said my neighbor down there wears a size 24 shoe. His foot is that long.
Oh, holy cow.
And you can imagine where everybody's mind just went.
I thought my nephew had big feet. He wore a size 18, a size 24. Wow, geez, that's huge.
And the whole family is like 6'2", 6'3". I mean, they're whoppers.
Well, that's like our family, but you know, I mean, my brothers, all my brothers. I mean, my tallest brother is 6'6". I was 6'2" in my prime. We're all well over 6 foot, but none of us had any feet bigger than a size 12. And then my nephew came along, and he had more size 13. Or sorry, size 18. I mean.
Heck, my size 9.5 was big when I was in school. Now that's like miniature foot, you know.
Yeah, that's little feet.
I'm tiny, I can make a boat out of it. I read the operator, it says one terrace they could have made movies in the U.S. All right.
Oh, what was kind of funny is my dad, he wore a size 9 and I wore a size 12, but we could exchange boots. I could wear his boots, he could wear mine. The only difference was he had like a triple E wide foot. I mean, his feet were super wide. So if I was going to wear his boots, I just had to put them on sideways.
That's the way my dad was, real wide. My foot was narrow and long.
Yeah.
I read the operator, and it said one terrace they shot could have made movies in the U.S. Good morning, Mr. Fulton. How are you? I don't doubt that a bit in the world, Will.
Let me see what's happening in trap.
I had to take a second for that to be seen. I'm 6'3", size 13 feet. He's a big boy. I'm only 5'9.5".
Oh, you're only 5'9.5"?
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
I just look taller in the movies.
Yeah.
I'm singing this morning. Well, congratulations. They found giant people's bones in Massachusetts a few years ago, like 12, 14 feet. That's crazy. Oh, wow, Sherry.
Yeah, and I think that's where the Bigfoot syndrome comes from.
Where it started at in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
We know what Sherry's been doing now. She's starting the Bigfoot.
No, I seen that. There was a TV show on that, what she was talking about. It was on something like, well, I think they even mentioned it on what something island, Oak Island.
Oh,
They talked a little bit about on there. But there was actually a TV show though where they talked about that area where they found the skeletons of 14-foot tall giants.
I'm just playing, Sherry. I know you do. I got a foot 4G wide that messed up 1.5 again. Jeff's got a whopper foot too. Everybody's got a whopper foot.
Yeah, I only wear a size 12.
I watched that Oak Island thing though. That was pretty good.
I used to follow on along with that Oak Island deal, but now it's just, I don't even know if they still have it. The last few seasons that they had on it, I just got bored with it.
Sinus medicine kicking in, the nose is itching. Caroline says her left foot's a size 9 and the right's a size 8.
Yeah, I was just reading that. Now, maybe if you could find somebody with the opposite size, you could buy matching shoes together.
Swap shoes. JC will be right back. I'm wondering that too. Did they ever find that treasure? Because it was going down in that hole and it kept filling up with water because of the water in the bottom of because of the sea level.
Uh-huh.
Jeff said, wonder if they ever, well, you can see it now. Never mind. And someone also gets a size 8 and 9. Right. Shoe swapping. A new thing.
They said divers down in that water and stuff. I mean, I don't think there's no treasure down there. I think that if there was a treasure, I think somebody's already taken it.
Sherry says they ain't found it yet. You know, Blackbeard's ship was sunk off the coast of North Carolina. People still going down there hunting for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What's the matter, Elvis? Hmm? What's wrong, buddy? Come back, Elvis. Does anybody have any coffee for me? I wouldn't be surprised if you can't get a cup of coffee here.
Man, I hate this. My screen ain't doing the automatic scroll. I got to keep scrolling it.
Dang. Mine seems to be froze. Maybe just nobody's talking. I don't know. No, just nobody's talking.
Oh, not right now, but I mean, if I if I don't touch the screen, you know, pretty soon somebody will say something. My screen won't scroll when somebody says something.
Oh, right. That's weird.
I mean, just like just now, Jeff Hughes just said something,
Elvis,
and my screen would scroll up. I had to pull that up.
he does, Jeff. He pays attention to it. Elvis is going to show us up to his eyes. Yeah. Hey. Hey, buddy. Elvis. No, I ain't talking. With Dad, go get some hot dogs if you want my attention.
They say hot dogs is one of the 10 things you're not supposed to feed your dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, that's just because that they don't chew up like regular meat and they lodge in their throat. And it's mainly smaller dogs.
I break these up pretty good, though, and put them on top of his dog food and then cook them in the microwave, let the juice flow down over his dog food, and then put it in his bowl mixed with his dog food.
Oh, man, you spoil that dog.
He loves it. Got an air fryer, going to try it today. You will love it, Caroline. What I like about an air fryer is that I can cook in there like a day like today. It's going to be 93 here, and it don't heat up my kitchen. The stuff's still cooked. No problem whatsoever. It's still fried. You don't have any of the grease whatsoever. And the chicken and all that stuff turns out great. Even hot dogs and stuff. Just like you cook them on a grill. They don't have that taste, but still good. Give small dogs hot dogs. They won't bark. I never thought of it like that, Will.
Morning, Mark.
Mark, good morning. Making fried chicken thighs. That's what I cooked in mine. You seen it? The chicken thighs with a leg on it. Put two side by side like that. Turned the opposite end. I just got the little basket. I don't have the big one. Good. I know, Will. Making me hungry. My stomach's starting to growl. I ain't eating nothing yet. I can't believe it.
Oh, jeez. I got a comment on one of my older videos. It says, hey, Grizz, did you use an old timer or a case pocket knife to cut the legs off them overalls? Also, OSHA suggests that you do not set your beer on the sawmill. It will leave circles on it. Use a stump.
Oh, Lord. Advice. Jeff says Bosco and Sammy share a can of Alpo in the morning. Good morning, Tara. Terry. Good to see you this morning. I keep thinking a bug flew in my coffee, but it must have drowned it. I don't see it. Oh, he died. Yeah, I get a lot of comments that crack me up sometimes. My friend has a sawmill, but it's out of commission after heart surgery. I need some cedar cut for a buck.
One of my comments is sawmilling on flip flops, either tougher than a pine knot or has lessons coming. Hope it's the first.
Safety Sally's, yes. We'll see you next vid. Got to start getting things done today. All right, Jeff. Thank you. Appreciate it. Always count your fingers after sawing wood.
Ain't that the truth? This one kid I was training on in carpentry and stuff, he always was a smart ass. He was always saying, you got to be really stupid to cut yourself with a power tool. Yeah, I kept on telling him, you know what? You work around this stuff long enough, it's not a matter of if it will get you, it's a matter of when.
Absolutely.
Well, he was doing a side job on a weekend. He was cutting some paneling. He went to cut out a plug-in, on the paneling. Paneling, cut a hole on the paneling for the plug-in outlet. He had his fingers underneath where he was cutting. He cut two of his fingers right off. He dropped the saw down through the paneling and took off two fingers. I told him he's right. You got to be really stupid to cut yourself with a power tool.
All right. We got a visitor here in a van. Elvis is on it. I mean, he's like really on it. I'll be back in a minute. Let me see who this is. I don't recognize it. Is anybody I know? Elvis ain't gonna let him out there. Good morning, Johnny.
Morning, Johnny.
I saw a saw blade from a farm auction 5 foot across. Good morning, Roy. Roy the boy. Elvis is not going to let him out of that vehicle. He's on it. I can tell you that right there, right now. Hope it isn't the tax man. It's two people in one of those white thingamabobbers, but I don't know who it is. No clue.
Are you showing it?
Oh, they did not get out. Whoever it is, they're going back down. See it?
Oh yeah.
Elvis is on it too. Suddenly he's the big dog. He'll run them plumb out of sight. Yeah, Roy. The whole road. I built the whole road, everything. All of it. It's my driveway then. I didn't even get up. I don't know who they are. I don't really want to. Elvis is the greeter.
They could have gotten out of the car if they wanted.
Yeah. All they had to do was get out. No problem. That's all they had to do.
Thanks, Johnny.
No kidding. I'm going to try to make me one of those pizzas one of these days on a fire. It's the Mormons. Probably.
You ever tried cooking a pizza on your barbecuer?
Do what now?
Have you ever tried cooking a pizza on your barbecuer?
No, but that's a good idea.
Yeah. It'd be about the same deal.
And it would give it that charcoal flavor unless I used wood.
Yep. And this pizza that I made has a little bit, because I got a lot of maple wood in the fire. A lot of the small scraps that I'm picking up, a lot of maple, so it has a maple flavor to it.
Good boy. Come here. Yes. Let me go. Hold on. I gotta go get him some hot dogs. Hold on. I'll be right back. You did
Okay.
good. Good boy. Yes, you did good. Mwah. Love you. Yes, you did. Come on.
No, JC, I don't think it was the Mormons, because they would have got out. If it had been Mormons or Jehovah's Witnesses, that wouldn't have stopped them.
Yes. Yeah, you did good. Thank you. You did really good. Yes, you did. Look, you keep on doing it. Yes, don't you wait now. We're gonna play ball in a minute. I am so gonna get in trouble one of these days with this dog. I gotta beware a dog sign out there.
Oh, Timmy, that was different. That was a different pizza. I did cook a pizza last night on Bobby's live stream, but the video that I released this morning was a pizza that I cooked a couple of days ago on the same bucket. Okay, it's a separate video. Airballs, Tim.
Morning, Tim. I had another Tim S in here this morning. Hey, Timmy. Good morning, Timmy. I've been confused this morning, Timmy. There was a Tim S in here. Was that you? And I thought it was you. And then my mind went to Tim's world. And then I don't have a clue who it was. No clue. No. Okay. Good boy, Elvis. Yes, you did. Good boy. There was a white car here a minute ago, Timmy. A white SUV, smaller one, subcompact SUV with two people in it, but Elvis wouldn't let him out of the car. I never did get up. I'm bad.
Did you buy anything, Tim?
Bye, Will. Thank you for coming. You did good. Yes, you did. You a smart boy. Mm-hmm. Yes, you
Up fishing, Will.
yeah, I hope you catch a bunch of them.
And if you can't catch a fish, you can at least catch a buzz.
That's right. That's the big part, the best part about it. I don't know who that was. I have a Ford Taurus. I was just making sure it wasn't you. He don't live but 2 miles from me. If it's that far.
A few years ago, I was up here at Green Peter Reservoir, up the road a ways. I was up there fishing. I brought my ice chest and my chair, and I was sitting by the edge of the lake fishing away. This other guy come walking on up with his fishing pole, and he asked me, "Are you having any luck?" And I said, "Yep." As I pulled out another beer out of my ice cooler, I said, "The fish ain't bothered me yet." And I kept on drinking my beer.
Right. It was the Census Bureau, Rich. They didn't get no census here, Johnny. They probably said, okay, there's one guy and a dog. I'm out of here. One dude and a dog. But they passed right by the don't beware of dog sign. JC does her census with the tribe. Where's that, Timmy? Eden, North Carolina. It's right on the Virginia border. Virginia, North Carolina border, dead center of the state, northern part of North Carolina. I live about 30, 40 minutes away. His mom lives like right down the road, if she's still there. He grew up with my son, hanging around with my son. Far from me. Yeah, Roy. Probably. I think, well, you're from like where? Indiana, maybe? I think it's Indiana. My brain ain't fully functioning yet. I actually can't see. I can see that. It's a big time ball. Okay. Big time ball. So what you got on your plans today, Grizz?
I was thinking about starting my greenhouse today.
Ooh. Ooh, me, I'm in the UK. Oh, that's right. I did not realize you were in North Carolina, Johnny. I did not realize that. We're practically neighbors. Sure are. Dang. That wore him out. It took him 3 hot dogs to recover. Look at that, Grizz.
Just a second here. Let me bring the camera up.
Oh, that's it. You don't have to look. I forgot. Sitting there with his tongue hanging out.
He says, I want food. Where's my hot dog?
Mm-hmm. You did good.
Where's the hot dog, Elvis?
He looked it. His ears perked up when you said that. 45 minutes from Raleigh.
Hey, Elvis, the hot dog just traveled away in that white car. You didn't get one.
Yeah, he almost did.
Oh, gross.
45 minutes from Raleigh. I'm only an hour from Raleigh. Yeah, about an hour and 15 minutes.
This is gross. I puked up over here. The chickens are eating my puke.
Oh my God. Elvis is in the house. Yes, he is.
I ain't even going to show that on camera.
He's laid back now. He done his job. He's just chilling.
Chased that white car off, did his duty.
Mm-hmm. He sure did. I forgot you were in the UK, bro. I forgot.
Well, hey, Roy, I got a question to ask you since you're in the UK. Have you noticed any difference? You know, here a few months ago, they were making a big to-do about that deal that was going to affect YouTube so much. Have you noticed a difference there in the UK with the new laws that they passed?
I remember when they were talking about that.
Yeah, I haven't heard nothing of it more since.
Alexander was really, really worried about that. I remember him talking about it.
Yeah, I know he was really worried about it. I've been kind of wondering what the deal was on that since, you know, I mean, if it really made a big difference to people on YouTube or not.
JC says, I'm a couple of states away. She's in Georgia. That's not too far again. All right.
Yeah, Roy. A few months back, they were talking about passing a law in the UK, and they did pass it. Something about censorship on the YouTube. Yeah, and you know, even YouTube was making a big cry on now for everybody to voice their opinion to the UK or whatever. And I don't remember exactly what it was about, but there was a bunch of people that were all upset because they said it basically was going to shut down YouTube in the UK. I just didn't know if you knew anything about it, if you had noticed any difference in the last year.
Well, he says he hadn't even heard about it. Must not have been.
Yeah, I don't sound to me like it really affected very many people at all then. And I can see, passing laws to protect people's their creations that they've done. So I really didn't see what the big hype was.
Have you seen the new copyright thing under the beta program?
Where you can do the search to see if people have copied your videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. I ran it once or twice. I need to run it again. It's kind of funny because Bobby took some of my videos, which no complaints, but it didn't even show up that he'd used some of my videos. So it's I don't think it's
Well,
I don't think.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's everything that's cracked up to be to check your own. I mean, I think a person still has to really surf the web to see if people are copying your stuff. But
I ran it yesterday, and it found one of mine on YouTube. A guy had done this hydroponic lettuce that I was growing in a greenhouse. And some guy had taken my video several years ago, and what he did was he cut the first minute off of it where I was saying, "Hello, everybody, Vicar Rick," and just put that part, and put the rest of the whole 6-minute video on his. And I had YouTube take it down. At least I think they're going to take it down.
How many views had he gotten?
500, but mine had 10,000 almost. So that's what he saw the 10,000 views and thought, oh boy,
Yeah, he thought he was going to grab a piece of that.
And all he had to do was ask me, and I would have said, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just don't monetize it and give me the credit for it, but he didn't do that. I mean, he made it his own video and never said anything in it. Just put my whole video up except for the first minute where I was talking. Rest of it's me talking in the whole video.
Yeah, I don't care if people use my video. I just, as long as they give me credit, put me in the description or something, or put my name, even just type my name, my channel name, on the screen, they can edit that on there somewhere.
Right.
Just.
That's how I knew he could have done something like that, because he edited out the first part of it, Is that allowed? No, mine's monetized. He can't take them and do it like that. That's not allowed.
To me, I mean, if somebody can take my video and put a better thumbnail and a better title to it, and as long as they're giving me credit for it, to me, that's just advertisement. But when they try to put it up as their own content, they don't give credit to the actual creator. That's where it's dead wrong.
Exactly. And that's the only problem I have with it. If he would have come and said, Rick, I love your video. Can I use it? I'll give you a credit, credit for doing it. I would have been more than happy to do that. More than happy. No problem.
Yeah. Well, it's like it's like with Kim with this video with his garage when they built that garage. It was one of those metal structures.
Yeah.
And he made a video of it. He put it on up, and it had 60,000 views or something. Well, there's somebody else that took his video of his garage that he made, and they put it up on their channel, and they acted like it was their kit that they were selling, and they were advertising that they build these metal shops. It wasn't, but it wasn't even the brand of the metal shops that they were building and stuff. But they had copied his video, and used it as advertisement for their stuff.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one that he did.
Johnny?
That's the only video I found was that one.
Johnny, I've done a number of stuff, and I have never completed a structure yet, but I do have a shed that I'm building for my daughter that's been all with the sawmill wood. and I got to get back on to finishing it here pretty soon. But I've done little tiny projects, but I haven't done a big project yet, or I haven't completed a big project yet.
You've been cutting timber for a shed for a while, haven't you?
I've been cutting timber for a lot of different people that I don't even make videos on, you know, I've done a lot of, and I don't get paid for it either. I mean, I just, you know, friends that need some wood and stuff, so I mill them up, whatever they need.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of that type of stuff. And that takes away from me having time for me doing the projects that I need to get accomplished.
You enjoy it too, don't you? I can tell you really love it.
I love running that sawmill.
The smell of wood being cut in a sawmill. Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
Oh yeah, especially when you're cutting incense cedar.
Roy's got an uncle in the UK named Johnny Mercer. Johnny? I meant to say congratulations, Roy. He's up to 532 now.
Cool.
Rick, didn't you used to own a sawmill? Yeah, a whopper. It was in the family for like 60 years until we couldn't afford to ship it overseas. All the wood was going overseas. The furniture factories left. And the broker then.
That's what happened out here, Rick. Between Sweet Home and Lebanon, there used to be 27 lumber mills. You know, most of them smaller, you know, like family operated mills.
Yeah.
But there was 27 of them. And do you remember the spotted owl thing here?
Oh yeah, I remember that big time. It affected us, you know, a little bit.
That spotted owl deal was all a joke. What that spotted owl deal was about was to shut down the smaller mills and crowd them out from getting the lumber, and that shut them all down. Now we only have like 2 mills out of 27. We only have 2 left,
and they're big.
That was Weyerhaeuser, and one of them was Will Lamott, and then Weyerhaeuser forced Will Lamott on out and did a takeover on them. You know, so I mean but that was all just a hoax to make the big corporate world bigger.
That's who we sold all of our chips to. It's big here in North Carolina. They're huge.
Well, then not only that, they were, instead of them getting the market, instead of the sawmills that was milling it here, putting people to work, then what the big corporate world did was they started exporting it all over to Japan and China.
Right, and that's what got us was the brokers that stepped in. What they would pay for the wood to ship it overseas because you couldn't sell direct. We couldn't buy the timber for that. We couldn't make any money doing it, so we sold it. While
yeah.
It.
Well, it was crazy what they were doing. I mean, it was designed. I think it's designed to break America.
I do too.
I got to get away from these chickens. They just get too noisy. I know they'll end up following me down here in a bit, but I got to try.
Then they did away with the old trucks. Yeah, the emissions done that. Nothing like an old 4-cylinder Detroit out there running somewhere. Oh, that's all you can hear.
Oh yeah.
For miles, that's all you can hear. Welcome back, JC, and come on back, Roy.
Well, here's another deal that about that same time that they really started nailing the smaller sawmills on. They these smaller sawmills, what they were doing, which actually all of them were doing this, but the smaller sawmills are the one that got punished for it. What they were doing is when you buy a log, you buy it by the board foot.
Right.
Okay. And that's figured in a cylinder. you know, how many more foot in the cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, with the sawmills back in the old days, the older sawmills, they were a lot more wasteful. So when they cut a 2x4, when they rough cut it, they'd cut a rough cut 2x4, and then they mill off a half inch each way, so it'd be 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Well, the sawmills got better and better and better. So then they started cutting instead of cutting them 2x4, they were cutting them like 1.75 inches by 3 3/4. So they're milling off a lot less, which was giving them a lot better recovery rate. And then the Forest Service came in and punishing these guys and actually put them into jail for doing that.
Yeah, for breaking the regulations. What we did was went to a gang edger and a thin curved blade where we just took less and less and less out with every stroke, you know.
Yeah, so they could get a better recovery, but they were still buying the whole log by the cylinder, so they were still buying by the board foot,
right?
And they were punishing them for making money off the linear foot.
And what happened was, where we were using an international standard rule to measure the logs with, the guys that would come in that would buy the stuff to ship overseas would buy it on a Doyle rule. Well, in a Doyle rule, you got to be this big before it catches up with the international. I think it's actually 19 inches or 24, 19 or 24 inches before it catches up with it. So it's two different standards that we was using there on the rules. And so you're losing feet every time you buy one like that. And then the broker in the middle of it, we were too big. We either had to get bigger or get out.
Yeah.
We weren't little anymore. We were too big to stop. So we had to keep doing it, you know, or get out, one of the two.
Yeah, that's the sad part about it is everything's been in the farmers, the sawmills, the loggers, everything's designed to squeeze out the little outfits.
And I liked it 10 times better when we were a smaller mill, with less overhead, less everything. All the farmers from everywhere got to wood for their trailers and all that, meet all these people. When we got into that automated electronic mill, you know, it changed the whole world.
Yeah.
Changed the whole world. If we would have kept it smaller, me and my cousin could have run the whole thing, just about. But then we had to have like 18 people to do it. That's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Different kind of log there, Skeeter.
You know, I get that empty feeling inside when I drop a great big log there, Skeeter.
Oh, well, I was hoping Sleestack would come by. I was talking to him last night. He wanted me to help him figure out how to get his crap. What's wrong with his phone? Figure out how to get on live stream. He tried to get on with Tara last night. He couldn't get his video going.
How to do the live?
Yeah.
You know, I seen what you and Keith was talking about when you sign into it to Hangouts. I finally got to go in there, and when I do log into Hangouts to do a live stream, it does say that it's ending soon.
August the 1st this morning. That's what it said. To this morning, it said Hangouts is ending August the 1st. That's the first time I saw a date.
Man, I sure wish they'd give us an idea of what we're going to be able to do for, you know, invites other than OBS, because I can't run OBS here at home and do, you know, and have, I don't think I have the bandwidth to run OBS and do invites.
That's the only way I can figure out how to do it. It's like Bobby was doing yesterday. You just open Hangouts and open OBS and share one into the other is what's going on.
See, now when I first signed up to do live stream, I had to go in. I had to tell them what program I was going to use, you know, and and there was multiple choices, and some was easier to use than others, and everybody recommended the Hangout, so that's what I set up for. But I'm just wondering if, just because they're saying it's ending August 1st, is that the date that they're just no longer going to support it? But will you still be able to live stream? Does that mean that you won't be able to live stream with Hangouts? It's just unsupported?
It don't say. That's the part that's mind-boggling, is they don't give you any details. They just say we're going to do this, and that's it, you know. But you know, that one thing that was shared that day talked about a brand new program. What was it? Something chat or something? But I've heard.
I can't remember.
I've heard nothing.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, that's either way. I mean, they got to have somewhere where a person can do invites. I mean, I don't know what they're going to be doing, but hopefully they'll come up with something at least better. If not,
I know it. It's
hey, Skeeter,
a bunch of people though, because they're used to doing Hangouts, and they won't be able to do it without, you know.
Hey, Skeeter, over here in Albany, Oregon, there's a paper mill over there, and I tell you what, I mean, it's not horrible. That paper mill is still in operation, and over the last 20 years, they have cleaned it up so much you don't even know. You know, it doesn't give that odor like that back in the 70s and 80s. I mean, that's so maybe the sawmills, the paper mills there need to update or something. But I remember the old smell of the old paper mills that they used to have, and they changed that here.
They didn't hear it, because when I travel and go by one, you can smell it. It's only at night though. In the daytime, it's like they do something different where you can't smell it, like they keep the smell down and release it only at night or something.
Yeah, they must be doing something on that, because it was devaluing the town of Albany. People wouldn't even, I mean, the prices were super low. Nobody wanted to live there because of the smell 24/7. You know, but now the prices in Albany are just like anybody else because they got rid of that smell.
We've got it here too. I mean, Willamette, Georgia Pacific, Louisiana Pacific. What's the one up in Virginia? It's like 4 or 5. They're not that close, but they're all everywhere in the states here. You know, all through the South. There's so much timber here. You know. We grow pines like it's no tomorrow. Japan bought our trees for toothpicks.
Well, actually, what Japan was, one of the things that Japan did, and we can't blame them Japan for this, that they were just smarter than us.
Right.
Hemlock was considered a trash wood. It was worthless. We didn't want it for nothing, the hemlock. Japan, they started buying up all the logs. I mean, they bought up these logs for dirt cheap from us, dumped it in their bay. And then they've been milling it on into running all that hemlock into door trim, and they've been making it now. It sells for big dollars.
Oh yeah, she meant chopsticks, not toothpicks. Sliver me timbers. Ahoy! Welcome back, Roy. It's going to be a scorcher here today. I'm going to work inside, Chris.
Yeah, well, we had a couple of days of good rain, and over there where I could have put the greenhouse out by my woodshed, I do need to do some carving on in there so I can get it flattened out better. And so I figured today would be a perfect day for me to get that part cut on out with the tractor while the ground's soft. In a few weeks, it's going to be too hard to work.
Yeah. I've got to clean out my office. The one where I stream from in there, it's such a mess. Poor old Bonita's thrown over in the corner. I know she's feeling bad. She can't even hold the little baby anymore. You know how those skeletons get, Grizz.
What's that?
I said, poor old Bonita, my skeleton's thrown over in the corner. I know she's starting to feel bad.
She's starting to feel rejected, huh?
Probably so. It's 32 here today. That's quite
that must be Celsius.
gotta be.
What is it? About 2.5, 3 degrees on Celsius?
What is 32 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
I'm thinking in the 80s.
89.6 degrees.
Yeah, that's getting warm.
Mm-hmm. That's right up there with my 93. It's always hotter here too than what they give. If they said 93, it'll be 95. Yeah, it is.
And when we first bought this place, then I logged it all off. I mean, this place was pretty bare. I mean, it's over 20. These trees, most of the trees here are less than 20 years old or 25 years old. But after I logged it off, this hillside was so freaking hot. It was 20 degrees hotter here than anywhere else. Man, I'm so glad the trees have come on back and everything's so green, man. It's actually, livable now. But for a while there, man, summers were miserable here.
Mm-hmm. Mine's in the shade now. I've got so many trees, but if you look at it from Google Earth, what I show y'all when I look around, it looks like it's open, and it is under the canopy of trees. But if you look at it from Google Earth, you can't see nothing. All you see is trees you can see the house roof of the house, but that's it.
Yeah. Well, I haven't even looked at my place on Google Earth for quite some time. For at least about 15 years, I haven't looked at it. I had to see what it looks like.
It'll blow your mind. You can also tell how delayed it is by the cars, where the cars are, and what's moved around. And
yeah,
I have looked at it. It looked like it was a year behind. I have looked at it. It looked like it's a month behind. Good morning, Rosanna.
Good morning, Rosanna. How you doing this morning? Oh, Feisty found a snail. Oh, she said, that's tasty.
I didn't even know chickens would eat snails.
I didn't either. Here, let me put it on camera here.
All right.
Walking away from it now. So well.
I was going to click on it as soon as I figure out where my mouse is. There it is.
Oh, the snail here. Let me. I'll put it on where the snail is that she was pecking on. Let's see here. Come on. I thought Google Hangouts had Zoom when you went into reverse. I guess not.
Usually on your phone, you can take your fingers and do it and make.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to use my fingers to zoom it, but I'll just move it up close to it. There it is. He didn't destroy too much. He took a couple good whacks on him. Yeah, I think he did get the meat on out.
Whoops. Clicked on you. Sure did. It's a snail shell now.
Yeah.
I can still see that message on Hangouts, and here's what it said when I fired it up. It said, Hangouts, I didn't close it, so it's still open. Hangouts is on the air live. Hangouts on air is going away on August the 1st. For quick streaming, try youtube.com/webcam. Whatever that means.
Well, man, I sure hope they come up with something where we can do the invites.
And I just opened that. And it says my camera can't be accessed because it's being used by another application. I think that's a regular old camera thing. That's what I think it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Oh yeah, we get those same slugs here too, Rosanna. About 6 and 8 inches long.
Our snails are smaller.
Your snails are slugs.
Slugs.
Yeah, no, we get some giant slugs here. I mean, they're 6 to 8 inches long. I mean, they're freaking humongous. Did you see that? Did you ever watch that? I think it was up on Puget Sound where they were doing that. I think it was called Alone. They started up in Puget Sound the first 3 seasons. That one guy, he was eating slugs.
Ugh. I'm not gonna say I want to do that, but I don't know if I would want to.
It was one of those survival shows where they were seeing who would be the last one to tap on out, and they'd be out there for like 2 or 3 months. It seems like.
Right.
And that one young kid, he was eating slugs. I mean, that had to have been nasty.
No kidding. Slimy. Like okra, boiled okra.
Thank you, Sherry. Yeah, that I did read one article about some gal that was a gardener. She decided to start capturing her slugs and process, and she'd starve them and cook them like escargot. And she said they were great eating, but I couldn't bring myself to try it.
I know, right, Teresa? It just makes me go, ooh, thinking about it. Ew.
Yeah. No, me too. I was gagging the whole time.
Give me money, I eat a bug. Just kidding.
I did like that show though, when they were having it up there in Washington. Then they started moving it to different locations, and I thought Washington up there where they was having that was a great location for it because I mean it want to be wet. It does get wet and cold there. It would be hard to adjust to the climate.
Yeah, it would.
Even for somebody that lives out there in that place there to try to live without any of the necessities in life would be an extreme struggle.
Hoping to pick this one pretty soon, but I don't think my mater plant's going to make it. Oh, something's getting a hold of it. Can you see that one? Folks, it's getting red. That's a Cherokee purple, I'm pretty sure. It's turning dark on the top.
All I'm seeing is your flag and your rail.
Oh, it's not switching to this camera then.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
But it's getting some red on it. I can make me one for breakfast. A few slices of tomato there for breakfast anyway.
Cool. Yeah, it's getting there. I got one. I haven't seen it yet. My daughter told me I got one tomato out there about the size of a quarter.
And my pumpkin thingamabobbers here, what do they call them, jack-o'-lantern plants or whatever, they turning yellow. I'm going to get some seeds out of these for next year.
Cool.
That's my plan anyway. And I've got some coming on this one, but they're slow grow. Slow grow. And you can see how tall it is. It's to my waist.
Yeah.
But the ones in the garden, the tomato plants are doing way better. but the tomatoes are smaller. Completely opposite.
Whoop. Well, I'll take you out and show you my garden, my tomatoes. If I can get up again. Let's see here.
That's what I'm going to miss about Hangouts right there.
Oh, being able to grab the cell phone and just walk on. But if you do the invites, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a way.
Right.
You know, there's all sorts of live streaming options for Android that you get different apps. A person might just have to switch to one of those.
Yeah. Do something like that. I'll find a way. Somehow. We'll have to.
Yeah. Somebody will find a way and they'll reveal the secret.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten a lot of weeding done out here, but I got a lot more to do.
Welcome back, JC.
My wife got the summer squash weeded on out anyway, and we got a bunch of tomatoes.
Plants look good.
Oh yeah, these tomatoes are thriving. They're not. I mean, I'm thinking I'm probably going to have. I probably should stake them on up because they are. We're supposed to have to. They got some healthy stalks on them, but they're still leaning. Okay, here's our tomato. See that there? You see it there, Rick?
Oh yeah, it's coming on. It won't be long. You'll be getting tomatoes to eat for sure.
It's about the size of a quarter. Let me see if we got any more. It's flowering decent on out here, but yeah, I need to do some doctoring with this plant. It's not looking the best.
Roy says they look good. JC says nice, Grizz.
That's the only tomato that I'm seeing out here so far. But here's the cucumbers. And these here are all the volunteer tomatoes. I don't know. I think these are all going to be mainly cherry tomatoes here.
I've got one cherry tomato plant. I need to throw some water on it right now.
Man, this garden's I gotta get caught up with this weeding, but I only have so much time.
Me too.
Here's my potatoes.
I'd like to check out the farmer's market. That would be cool.
Ooh, I smell the skunk. I'm gonna have to go look in the chicken coop. I'm smelling the skunk over this way. And here's the reaper. It's about twice as tall as it was. It's still coming along.
Oh wow, it's growing though. That's good. It's still alive.
Then the habaneros, they're doing healthy. And I got it. This is what I'm going to be working on weeding today is the peas, the sweet peas.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they're up really good, up on this cage. But I got to get all this pigweed or whatever this stuff is. I got to get this all weeded on out.
Jay said she saw Bigfoot.
Well, then here's the corn and the string beans, and it needs to be weeded on out too.
That's the three sisters.
Yeah, well, I only did the two sisters. I didn't put any squash with it this year. Didn't feel like I had the room for it. But I really got to get to weeding on all this stuff. But let me check in this coop.
Wow.
I mean, I'm wondering if the skunk sprayed in there last night.
Yeah, let's see if there's a skunk in there.
If it does, man, you better hope there's no smell-o-vision.
You just say the word skunk, and I could almost smell one.
Actually, for me, I don't find the smell of a skunk to be offensive. I mean, I'm talking about just smelling one. It would be extremely offensive to be caught up in the spray of one.
Right.
But I don't. Yeah, I can smell that the skunk was in here, but it don't smell. It don't smell like skunk in here.
Wow, with the fertilizer you got there.
Yeah, I need to clean that on out.
Good fertilizer.
Oh, Fat Boy saying, "Give me some grain." Okay, let's see here. Come here, Fat Boy. We'll get you some grain. Oh. Get my hat caught on something there. Are you coming? You want some?
Chili. That's fam. Good morning from South America, says Chili. Good morning, Chili. Said, thanks, Dad. I got a whole pan full. That's pretty nice. I can eat this whole thing.
Yeah, he won't eat that right off the ground for some reason. But he's getting a hell of a curled beak too. But can you see how curled his beak is there?
Yeah.
And let's see if we can show you his blind eye. You don't want to hold it still long enough, but that's the side that he's blind in. Well, gobble up, Fat Boy.
I'm in North Carolina. Grizz is in Oregon, USA. Oh, you're from South Carolina. Not too far.
I gotta sit back down. My back gets killing if I stand up too long.
Roy says, is that the one making all the noise?
There's 3 of them that are all noisy.
Rosanna says she's in Washington State. JC says her home is Alaska, but she's in Georgia right now.
What part of Alaska?
Yeah, what part of Alaska? My son is in Bellington and daughter in Seattle. Ah.
I used to live in North Pole, 12-mile village.
Greetings, Rick. How are you doing? Kev, I'm doing all right. Trying to. Just kind of chilling this morning. Me and Grizz just hanging out, looking at tomato plants, solving the world's problems. Morning, cornbread. Cornbread's in Northwest Georgia. It's not too far from me, Georgia. I could drive there pretty easy. 40 minutes from Bellingham. I need something to drink. Crap.
Bigfoot, not a skunk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool, JC. I've never been in that area. Would love to visit it sometime. I was up there probably about 5 miles from the Santa Claus house.
I bet it gets cold there.
It would, yeah, 30, 40 below was pretty much the average winter temperature. We would see it drop down to 60 below, like for a week or two every year. I mean, that's when it got really cold. When it was 60 below and warmed up to 30 below, that was t-shirt weather.
All right. Well, Roy's doing a 500 sub giveaway soon. JC said that
Cool.
wasn't cold. The North Pole showed a warm climate from Japan and a rainforest. Wow.
But the coldest I ever seen it, I was hauling airplane fuel up to Bedlows when I broke down. And it was 63 degrees below zero, and the wind was blowing 60 miles an hour.
Holy cow.
That was miserable.
It wasn't really too bad where my daughter was in Anchorage. But when she would go to work, it would blow me away because it'd be like 10 inches of snow, and she'd be zipping down the road and have the phone up showing me, and it would just be parting as she went down the road, parting away. It wasn't packing or nothing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot lighter snow.
Mm-hmm. And she'd get to work at the Bank of Alaska, and it'd be a moose sitting in her parking spot.
Yeah, don't piss off those moose on the road.
Mm-hmm. When she first went there, it took her a little while to figure out, just wait till the moose leaves, don't mess with him. $80 degrees every day back home. Wow. I wouldn't have thought that, would you? No grizzly bears. I would have thought that'd been everywhere there in Alaska.
No grizzly bear on the islands where you were at? Wow.
They hadn't made it there, I guess. I need some water or something. Let me get some. I'll be right back.
Most of those islands out there was tons of grizzly. Must have been some of the further out islands then. Or, okay, well, what about Kodiak? Do they have Kodiak there, JC? Which is basically a grizzly bear. It's just the diet. The grizzly bear is actually more inland, and the Kodiak is more coastal. Oh, no moose, just grizzlies. Okay, I got you.
You won't eat grapes, Elvis. No way.
I tell you what, that's one thing that I do miss was the moose meat that we was getting up there. Yeah, when you harvested a moose, you had a lot of meat.
Mm-hmm. I've seen them. Elk's the same way. It's a lot of meat on the elk.
Well,
deer anyway.
Yeah, you compare a deer to elk. Well, there's that much difference between elk and a moose.
I don't doubt it because they look huge.
Yeah, they are huge. And I tell you what, if you piss off a moose, I didn't have this happen to me, but I've seen it, the result of it. I didn't see it happen, but I've seen where some old lady in a Nissan honked at a moose, and that moose did not like it, and it destroyed. I seen what that moose did to that Nissan. It was parked where that moose just tore into that Nissan and destroyed it. I mean, it totaled it out. Yeah, don't honk at a moose.
Going to eat this grape. Let's see. I'll make a liar out of me.
That's what I liked about up there, JC, is you could do subsistence hunting, and it was pretty easy to get. Down here, we don't have subsistence hunting. We just have either pick it up off the road or wait for hunting season.
Whenever time I see that word, I think about that guy's channel, Substance in Covering. You ever seen him before?
Which channel?
His name is Substance in Covering, I think.
I'll have to check it on out. No, I haven't seen it.
Is it hot where you're at, Rick? Mini heat wave here in England. Yes, Kev. 93 today, which means it'll be about 95, 96 here. A swelter. It'll be hotter than I don't know what. Very hot.
Yeah, Rosanna, they can be extremely aggressive.
That's the first thing they told my daughter. Don't mess with the mooses. Leave them alone.
Yeah, you can mess with the grizzly bear. Don't mess with the moose. You know, but it's kind of odd. There's been people that have captured mooses, when they were young as a calf, and raised them to be domesticated. Bull moose,
Uh-huh.
and they would train them. They would train them on into for logging up there in Alaska to pull the logs on in. But they said every year, and when they'd go into the rut, they'd have to turn them loose. When they'd go in the rut, they were dangerous as hell, unmanageable. And then after the rut was over, they'd be able to go out there and capture them again, bring them back, and get them retrained back into pulling logs for them.
It's very uncomfortable, Kev. You have to stay inside most of the day when it gets to the hot part. It's a great, see? I knew he wasn't going to eat it.
You ever been to Lake Meridian, Rosanna? That's over by Kent, Washington. I used to live about 2 miles from there.
Ugh. Go out there and get them. I'm throwing them out there. See? I know you want more. That's pretty cool. Baby seal, mink, sheep make great moccasins.
Yeah, I would love to have a pair of those.
Mm-hmm.
JC, how much do they cost to buy? I mean, do you know somebody that would make them and sell them and ship them? I'm kind of curious how much, because I like wearing moccasins for slippers.
Oh, wow. She makes them.
Size 12. That'd be awesome, JC.
Oh, wow. 1989 is when he lived on Lake Stevens.
I'd love to buy a pair from you, JC.
Have a good one, Roy. Thank you for coming hanging with us this morning. We're not going to be on here much longer because my laptop's going to die.
Yeah, and I got a video of that skunk. I got to edit and get it uploaded, and I got to get to cutting around with the tractor today too.
Right. Yeah, I got to water some stuff here. Do some weeding maybe, and then I got to clean out before it gets too hot. I got to clean out. I'm going to stay inside and clean out today. It's just too hot. Once it passes 95, I can't handle it.
Okay, I'll do that, JC. I'll mark it out on a piece of cardboard and cut it out and send it to you.
That'd be cool. because you've got a lot of Native American stuff, don't you? I mean, that a lot of the patterns on your pullovers and the stuff that you wear, a lot of that stuff, it's Native American.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I tried it. I mean, I do have some stuff from China and stuff like that, some of the cheap stuff too, but I try to stay with the made in America. I'd rather pay twice as much and get made in America than buy Chinese stuff if I can afford it.
I got to get my head down.
Yeah, JC here. I'll type it in the chat. Here is my email address. It's not a fan mail. I really have a fan mail email address. I'm not big enough for that. It's just my regular email.
I've got to get my head down. I'm working tonight. Get some rest, Kev. It's good to see you today, too. It really was. Appreciate you coming by, hanging with us a little while. Elvis is one of them moods. He's at my feet, wanting me to rub him.
My fingers are too thick. I should be using my pen.
You're getting better at that phone now.
What's that?
You're getting a lot better at that phone.
Yeah. I use it mainly. It uses a lot less bandwidth than my laptop, so I'm able to stretch my internet service a little bit longer, like almost a week longer.
Right. Elvis, don't knock the table over now. All right, buddy. Show your stuff. Look at here. Look at there. Oh, look the ball. Go get the ball. Like, I'm out of here.
Hey, that could be loaded and dangerous.
Oh, give me the ball, sucker.
He's never mind the ball. I want that white car.
Thank you. If I tell him to drop it, he will. Go get the ball. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy your day. Thank you, Kev, and I hope you have a great day too. You need to get some rest. Drop the ball. Drop it. Give me the ball. All right. Go get the ball. Go get the ball. He gone.
Stir Fry always wants to play tug of war with the ball when she brings it back.
He does better for some reason standing out in the yard, bringing it back and dropping it in front of you, about 8 feet from you. He won't bring it directly to you, but he'll come up and sit down about 6 or 8 feet, drop it, and sit down and wait for you to get it. Throw it again. He's getting better. I keep training him. Oh. Gotta go. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. You too, Mark. We're getting ready to get out of here, too. My laptop's going to die. It ain't going to make it. Oh. Grizz, I really do appreciate you coming hanging with me today.
Yeah, it's been fun. Hey, I really do need to get going myself, Rick.
All right, Grizz. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
We'll catch y'all later. See you on the next one.
And that was my friend Grizz 270. You guys know Grizz. I really do appreciate everybody coming today. This is absolutely the greatest community on YouTube. No doubt in my mind about it. I have no doubt about it whatsoever. I appreciate everybody coming. It's been fun. There's been a lot of people come through here. A lot of people. A lot of comments, a lot of different things. It's really cool. I really do. Thank you guys so much. Oh, that didn't work. Oh. I really do thank you. You too, Johnny. Have a good one. Mark, everybody, Teresa, Rosanna, JC, thank you guys. All our moderators out there, I appreciate what you guys do. Seen or unseen, thank you guys. Till we meet again, have a good day. Goodbye, everybody. Bye, Rosanna. Love you too.